Morning, everybody. Jordan Burke. Wanted to show you something a little bit different this time from your friendly neighborhood club fitter. Actually going to build a golf club, show you how that works. So got my head here and already put the adapter in it. This is a build and quick driver. Quick shout out. This is an Acra GX 100 series driver shaft. This is the 140 M2, which is basically kind of a senior flex, 40 grams worth of weight. So a nice light, flexible shaft for those of you trying to generate more ball speed, club head speed. Little note for these Acra GX things that we carry here down here in the golf lab. This is, they make driver shafts, fairway wood shafts, and hybrid shafts, and they're all specific shafts. So a lot of times you'll see people put a driver length shaft into a fairway wood and they end up tip trimming it and then cutting this end to length here. Try to create the same feel that they have in their driver. Well, these people Acra makes a specific driver shaft. They make a specific fairway wood shaft and a specific hybrid shaft. So it's a really cool way where you have a driver and you really like how that feels. If you're thinking of a fairway wood, probably going to plug this in there to see what you think of that in a fairway wood. And same goes for a hybrid. You can test it out in a hybrid as well. So really cool thing if you want to have the same feel in your fairway woods, driver woods, hybrids, that top end of your bag, you want to have the same feel and consistency and performance. Definitely take a look at some of these if you're looking at some new clubs. So onto the build. So first off, again, I've already put my adapter inside my driver, and now I just need to clean up and prep the tip of the club. So we're gonna come on over here and get that done. All right, did that a little bit. So after I do that, just trying to remove some of the paint, kind of expose the graphite. It's a little bit rougher texture. That's how you can get the epoxy to bond and hold on to the club head. And then I just take one of our sandpaper belts and I use that to kind of finish up prepping the tip of this club. So then we move on to our epoxy. We have that in a dispenser gun, 2 parts to it. Once they mix together and cure, basically that will create the bond and that will hold the club together. So we've got our epoxy. We've got a tea to mix it with. Only need a tiny glob. I'm making one golf club here, not a whole set. So let's get this situated. And then I'm adding these shaft centering beads, which basically just kind of thickens the epoxy a little bit and then just helps in terms of, once you mix this thing up enough, it helps in terms of keeping the shaft centered so it doesn't move one way or another inside that adapter. So now, take my driver head. Take my T, going to insert some of this into the inside of the adapter just to make sure I've got it coated. Same thing with the tip of the shaft, just do a little bit of a glob. You don't need a lot. And we're just going to spread that out as much as we can onto the tip of the shaft. I like to spin this as I put it in. That way I can get it to coat evenly. I'm going to add a little bit more in here. Spin it around. Couple taps. Grab some paper towel, clean off any excess epoxy that may have bubbled over. And there we go. Now we're going to let this dry for a little bit, and then we'll toss a grip on. All right. Club has dried just a little bit, enough to where I can kind of move it around and not worry about it losing its curing process. And so I've got it here on the bench on our golf club ruler. basically I know that this thing's going to get cut to 45.5 inches. Got this little brick that kind of sits, the shaft sits in this brick, and then I can actually use this to cut it to the correct length. So I'm cutting it to 45.5 inches. So this outside edge here will be at 45.5 inches, and then this inside part kind of helps you out with the grip cap, because the grip cap on every grip tends to add a little bit of a length to the club. So depending on the length of whatever club you're going at, you're going to have something like this be you're going to have something like this, so you can actually get it to the correct length, because that will make the feel and the swing weight and what we fit you into work a little bit better. So we're going to measure this and then cut it up. Measured to the correct length. You can see I got a little black line right there, and now we're going to cut it. There we go. We've got our correct shaft length. Last piece of the puzzle, grip. So we're going to take this over here in our regripping station, clamp it in. A little bit of solvent. Shake it around. Cover the double-sided tape we just put on here. Slide on our grip. We are done. Let me know if you got any questions. Thank you all. Have a great day.